What up, this is Ramashkrin covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix's new documentary film, Bank Robbers: The Last Great Heist. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell, so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Let's rock this. If you haven't heard of or don't know much about the 2006 bank heist in Argentina, don't worry, you're not alone. I too did not know much about it until this documentary came along. Even though the incident itself has been previously turned into a Spanish-speaking movie, The Heist of the Century, which I haven't watched yet, but this one is a documentary in which you hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I'm talking about the people who committed the crime, and the people who were there that fateful day. This is the most riveting, most fascinating docu you'll see this season. And to a certain extent, it's also kind of somewhat admirable because their plan is elaborate and clever, and it's masterminded by a literal pothead. Who would have thunk it? Bank Robbers: The Last Great Heist, through reenactments, dioramas, and archival footage, will let you in on who did it, how they did it, why they did it, and how they ultimately got caught. And that makes this criminally impressive. Directed by Matthias Gilbert in Bank Robbers: The Last Great Heist. On Friday, January 13th, 2006, over 300 police officers surrounded the block facing the Acasuso branch of Banco Rio in the province of Buenos Aires, Argentina. A gang has taken 23 hostages inside. Hours go by, and the thieves don't give themselves in. Elite squads decide to break in. When they enter the bank, they cannot believe their eyes. The robbers are not there, and as if by magic, only the victims remain. The mystery is revealed at night. They faked an express robbery to outwit the investigators, while another group emptied the safe deposit boxes in the basement. They fled in the most unexpected way, in two inflatable rubber motorboats through a tunnel under the bank with an estimated loot of 19 million US dollars and 80 kilograms of jewelry. Before leaving, they left a message in the vault: in the neighborhood of the rich, with no weapons and no grudges, it's just money, not a matter of the heart. Now, I'm not sure how much time that these guys actually spent time in prison before they were released, but the time that director Matthias spent with them for the purpose of this docu is quite significant and extensive. The way they speak or the way they tell their stories, there's a hint of pride in it, like no regrets, you know what I'm saying? Especially the brain of the operation, Fernando Araujo. I mean, screenwriters couldn't even come up with this character because Fernando is not exactly cocky. He's more of a confident hippie, if ever there was one. He's visionary and charismatic without trying to be. He's the kind of leader that, if his skills were put to good use, he could work wonders for humanity. This docu is also engaging and entertaining. One of the guys had a theater background, so his part of the story during the heist is visualized with him reciting lines on the stage in front of an empty auditorium. Director Matthias goes above and beyond to make sure that you can follow along with the plans as they are being put together and as they are being put into motion, step by step, and you know exactly why this or that happens, as opposed to the other most likely scenarios. It's the little details that I find intriguing, like the mechanism of the tool they use to open the deposit boxes. It's kinda nifty and cool. And even though it happened in Argentina, there's a universality to it, because bank robberies happen everywhere, probably almost every day in the world, but this happens to be the one that shames the authorities and really makes them look like fools. And some of the heist's unintended, unexpected parts also add to the suspense. So even though this is a documentary, it has its few quote-unquote dramas that are intensely compelling. At the end of the day, your ultimate reaction to this docu will probably be, man, what I would do if I could get away with $20 million. Your mind will run wild with all kinds of imaginations. I don't blame you. If it weren't for their own personal blunders, these guys would have continued to run away scot-free. So all of that, from the creation of the idea to their downfall, are chronicled in this well-structured, well-told docu. Bank Robbers: The Last Great Heist is a must-see.